Like in a seal skin, I completely covered in a neoprene wetsuit, goggles, booties, gloves, and snorkel as I slid off a tender into the phantasmagoric Raja Ampat super reef in the never land of the South Pacific Ocean. Underwater silence enhances my goggling, a vibrancy of swirling colors and textures. My Seattle friends and I reunited in 2023 for snorkeling the sunlit reefs at the southern curve of the Pacific Ocean rim during the greatest bounce back of coral reefs on Earth. Our guide hand signaled to a school of unicorn fish. Click! I photographed my first view of a unicorn fish before allowing the current to carry me along a wall into the most fantastical cornucopia of unknown creatures. Tunicates, nudibranchs, and a giant clams boasting every color of the rainbow in stripes, herringbone, and polka dots. I let my wonder tremble from a landscape with the spectrum of colors and textures, forms and lines, a kaleidoscope of swimming, tendrilled life, ochre globes bouncing against the surface membrane, stretching and transforming slinky like fuchsia coils, black waving feathers on a yellow branching trunk, and rivers of blue-green and silvery fish layering down into the ultramarine depths. Wily things growing on wilder things. With my underwater Olympus, I clipped a twist and flippered into the current along a tapestry wall of unknown exotic life. I am completely at home in this marvelous world. Wendy, our snorkeling guide, said, in 2017, these reefs were bleached as white as the snow-covered Swiss Alps, 30 meters deep. Coral needs 10 years to recover from bleaching. Robert, our Sulawesi guide, said after emerging from underwater, I've not seen this reef look like this in 7 years. My friends and my snorkeling in 2017 in nearby Palau was during the first global bleaching event of coral reefs. We learned coral is an animal, the polyp, a plant, the algae, and a mineral, the ancestral boulder that could be 400 million years old. When the ocean heats up, the algae leaves the polyp and reef bleaches white and dies. Coral is an essential building block to ocean health. Coral covers 1% of the ocean floor while feeding 25% of ocean life. Coral consumes immense amount of the culprit, our fossil fuel emissions, and photosynthesizes life-supporting oxygen underwater. Our U.S. weather of El Nino and La Nina originates in the deepest trenches of the South Pacific. 30% of the Great Barrier Reef, the only organism large enough to be seen from outer space, died. Palau's population of jellyfish was decimated. Evidence of half-bleached coral boulders in bright white staghorn spotted Palau's super reef. It is resilient to climate change's warmer ocean and more toxic carbonic acid sea. Supercoral is our best hope. In 2017, I photographed reefs with first-generation GoPro in Palau. With no viewfinder, I aimed and clicked. April of 2020, a London gallery challenged artists to make a drawing a day during COVID-19 lockdown. Cropping or combining the photographs, I composed on canvases. When I sat down to draw charcoal portraits of coral, I relived that snorkeling with friends in Palau, my childhood of snorkeling in Lake Michigan, scuba lessons in college, and snorkeling with my children in the Caribbean. Each canvas drawing was labeled with a tape on the back, 4/1/2020 through 4/30/2020. During years of lockdown, our widespread family met to swim above the recovering coral reefs in remote areas with low percentages of coronavirus: Culebra, Cozumel, Oahu, Malaga, and Australia. I painted the first black and white temper stage to establish a variety of values in my coral portraits from May 2020 to 2022. Each canvas took 3 months to differentiate the dark crevices between coral colonies and the sunlit textures of polyp cups on ancient boulders. My temper stage. I wonder if I can make a difference in this century-old disagreement by respecting coral as its own entity. Does my portrait of the animal polyps exude characteristics as if it's a royal family's portrait of a favorite dog? As a building block in the ocean life, coral deserves a more important role than even an adored watchdog. The partnership of algae, polyp, and the ancestral boulder is worthy of awe. Algae in the polyp cup fuels the sun's energy through photosynthesis into polyp. Polyp absorbs carbon, protecting the reefs from invaders with stinging goo, and invites grazers of excessive algae growth while growing on a boulder beneath its cups. My 30 black and white temper paintings look like bleached white coral. By this time, 40% of the coral in the world has died. From 2021 through 2023, I mix oil paint with medium to glaze over the black and white textures of reef paintings. Several thin, transparent layers of rose, cerulean, gold, and emerald magically transform the portraits into vibrant reefs. My coral portraits revitalize into life-sustaining coral as if the reefs are bouncing back to life again. Over and over again, each canvas comes alive with multiple layers, glaze enhancing the rich color of the vital coral. I painted as if these were prayer cloths, willing the faraway reefs back to life. Reports from the International Coral Reef Initiative said coral was coming to life worldwide during the years of lockdown. Reducing carbon emissions from slower air travel and commuting made breathing easier. Mountains were visible in Colorado and New Delhi. Shrinking the canopy that captures the sun energy and warms the earth reverses greenhouse effect. The earth cooled and healed. The ocean healed. Coral bounced back worldwide. My prayer cloths were exhibited in galleries and museums since 2022 with paragraph-long captions about reducing carbon. Maybe my message affects human behavior to be more conscious of Anthropocene effects on unseen animals. If nothing more, from this citizen scientist and artist observer, our 7-year behavioral change during Anthropause gave the Earth a fighting chance to be healthy. Coral reefs proved they want to heal. On April 15th, 2024, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration proclaimed the second global bleaching event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Margot.